Hi, how we going? Evening all. I'm about to do a live interview, I think he said, with Daniel O'Grady from WASABICARS. You've probably seen me wearing his shirt over the last year or so. I've been watching Dan's channel for 7 years roughly. He's a good content creator. He sees a lot of good stuff. He lives in Japan. We sort of connected once I started YouTube, so we've sort of been chatting for the last couple of years. Today he sent me a random message on Instagram. It said, do you want to do a meet-up tonight live? And sort of like he's going to ask me some questions and basically a bit of a chit-chat. So I'm going to set the camera up and I'm not sure how this is going to work, and we'll see how we go. Stay tuned. While I'm waiting for Mr. Dan to get in touch with me, I'm just on Grays looking at the latest auctions. I tell you, old Holdens, Fords not as much, but old Holdens, early Commodore anything, 30 grand. VLs are 30 to 40,000. Ooh, Mazda REP Ute, REPU. So that's from the States. That came out as a dedicated rotary ute. Little toolbox down on the side here. They were very, very cheap 5 years ago. This is at 10,000, way under reserve, so they probably want about 20K for it. And it's a mess. Jeez, just because it's a rotary. Look at all the fuses. So yeah, they in the States, a lot of them pulled these motors out and they put a V8 in the tub. So yeah, that's a steering wheel on that is the same as my old Mazda 929. So that's a 1974 steering wheel I had on my Mazda 929. So this is some interesting stuff. Look at this. R31 Skyline. These were not really fashionable in the day. They were just big and heavy looking. Now, very popular. All right, let's see who that is. I've got a buzz. Dan is messaging me. I have no idea what I'm doing. This should be interesting because I'm new to this live stuff. Dan does it all the time. Why is it playing up? My internet, out of all times, is playing up right now.
I'm well. I'm going to be going live with a fellow Instagrammer, a fellow YouTuber shortly. I'm just waiting for the person who's going to jump on.
I'm on.
Stirring fish.
I'm on.
Double Penny, g'day man, g'day, Midnight JDM. Lake Speed, g'day.
I'm here.
Hey, there he is. Hey man.
You had me worried, mate.
Yeah, me too, because like literally last time, the deal is that everyone who was coming up in the feed with a comment or join, there was like an invite button. And it disappeared, so that was very ordinary. But how you going?
Good, man. I actually had an invite button. I had a plus camera button, so I just hit that.
You're a genius. So you can't invite, but people can invite themselves.
Apparently.
So, how was your day, man?
Man, flogged, long day on the tools, so good to be home, chilling out. How about you?
Things really picked up this afternoon because I got some news. After I invited you to this live thing,
Yeah.
I got a message from the garage.
Right.
The car has arrived. But anyway, enough about me because there's going to be plenty of that coming your way.
I'm keen.
As a content producer, can you tell us about where you're at and what do you do? Is that cool? For like 3 minutes or 4 minutes?
Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, I mean, you want a bit of a history and why and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Tell us some highlights, some lowlights.
Yeah, well, car nut since the day I could talk. I wanted to find a way of an excuse to be able to work with cars that was official, looked official, and I could sort of write it off with a bit of business. I've always bought and fixed things, whether it was cars or, a house, give it new life. So that's sort of what I do with a lot of things, but cars mainly. The idea behind creating the content was I thought it was a clever way to showcase the vehicles that I wish to sell, rather than just putting an ad somewhere. If I documented it, like I don't know if you remember, I did a Peugeot a year ago, or over a year ago. I fixed that up and did a lot of work to that over a period of 12 months, and I ended up selling it internationally to Malaysia. That blew my mind, firstly. That was literally what I was intending to do with my projects, worked with my first big project. The fact that people were able to watch me take something, transform it, give it love. Then they were like, oh, I mean, I'm interested in that because I'm chasing one and I can't find one, but I know what's been done to yours. That's sort of the idea behind what I do. And I try to do interesting cars. It's the stuff I grew up with that obviously influences me. And I think most people are like that. Most people are keen to visit nostalgia. It's the nostalgic touch.
I know you got 3.
Yeah, I do. I've got 3 main projects. My major project at the moment, 12 months, literally it's its birthday this weekend. It's a 1984 Hilux. So it's basically Toyota pickup in the US. It's the exact model that the Top Gear guys tried to destroy all those years ago on their Top Gear show. It was a bit more than I bargained for. It's got a lot of internal cab rust that I wasn't aware of, but I paid very little for it, but I spent a lot on it.
But it seems time intensive as well.
Oh, massively.
Like the work you're doing.
And I worry that the content gets boring for people because I'm in my garage all the time fixing up problems, like, oh, you're kidding me. You are kidding me.
No. We're not kidding. I don't know what's going on. I reckon my buddy's out of batteries.
Yep.
Which is very ordinary because, anyway.
Man, yeah.
So these models, seriously, can you jump on, man? The peril of live video, people. What's that? Hey, g'day, man.
Sorry, buddy, my phone died literally in the middle. I had it plugged in and everything. It's just old, so I had to get another phone.
Oh, wow. Well, you got sorted very quick. I'm actually very impressed.
Sorry to disappoint you. You sounded like you were disappointed, so I don't want to let you down.
Well, I'm not even going to lie. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're all good.
I've also got a Mazda MX-3, so that's the latest project I've purchased.
I'm thinking of that's a UNOS.
Yeah, it's a UNOS in Australia.
Is that right? Known by many names. Okay.
Yes.
The UNOS cars, the styling they were really set apart, right? The styling back in the day.
They were trying to do,
Interesting.
they were probably ahead of Lexus a little bit because the UNOS brand in Australia was meant to be what Toyota did with Lexus. So it was Mazda's upmarket brand. They had the V6 motors in them, luxury finish, sunroof, all of the bells and whistles. And then I've also bought a small, almost like a K car, but it was a 70s kind of beat. I've actually got a Mini coming, a little Leyland Mini.
Okay, well that's cool. What's the current dilemma with your current projects? Is the Hilux progressing? Can you move forward there?
It is, but it's above my pay grade. I'm literally a self-taught home garage kind of guy. So I do all of this using a bit of knowledge from some family friends, a couple of mechanic mates who talk to me, YouTube, and self-learning. I'm up to the bodywork on the Hilux. I have a floor pan that needs replacing on the driver's side. That's something that...
That was Swiss cheese,
Yeah, it's Swiss cheese. So I'm going to give it a go. I don't know, it's...
Blue vein.
Yeah. Come and bear. But yeah, mate, it's progressing, but it's just finding the motivation sometimes. Because when a project gets on over a year, you tend to think, like it's pushing shit uphill, pushing cheese uphill.
And it's not a paid gig, right?
No.
A year is a daunting task, man.
And it gets...
You gotta be fueled by passion, right?
That's it. You don't just do it because you want to put a YouTube video up. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. The idea behind...
Here's the question.
Yep. No, you're right. Go.
I just wonder how much easier it would be if you were not documenting. If you could just go and forget about the dramatic introductions and
Yes.
you could actually just do the freaking build, the restoration.
So true. And the other day, my last video, I did like the spaghetti Western intro.
Yeah.
I spent more time setting that up than actually working, and then I just was over it by the time I started working on the truck. You spend so much time looking for a shot or thinking about interesting ways to photograph or film, and then I don't know how you do it, man, because you're a legend. You do so much across so many. The platforms. I did it for my previous business, which is I'm a driving instructor. So I did a lot of that for my school on Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok in the end.
Yeah, which you did well at, which you're doing well at.
Well, I've stopped, but yeah, it blew up really quickly, which was amazing. To do it to the level you do, like you're on everything all the time. You must have a good set way of doing things, because you just pop up. And I said to myself the other day, I said, man, he's always got something popping up. Wasabi, 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 but that's what you need to be. And that takes a lot of energy. And you're going to do a project now, so that's going to be difficult.
Well, the blessing is in literally from Tuesday afternoon next week, school holidays begin for me.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, mate, I am too. To see you progress to this level is really cool.
Mate, I have been killing myself, like working my ass off, and this is a reward. I couldn't be pushy I couldn't put what I wanted out into the world. I wanted to do my content.
Yep.
And then someone would see value and return it.
That makes it makes sense, and that makes it more valuable. When someone reaches out to you and gives you this opportunity, man, that's what I'm dreaming of one day, but you've taken a decade.
I'm a little emotional, mate.
I bet you are.
I'm like, I deserve it. I really do.
Because I know you struggle with a bit of that sometimes, don't you? You worry that you're asking too much of people and you don't want them to buy a shirt and all of that kind of stuff, but...
I make it hard. I don't buy stuff. Yeah.
You deserve it, yeah. Sid's confused is right. You deserve it, mate. Yeah, seriously. Dan is the man. Are you going to get out of the door okay afterwards? Through the door?
Get out the door. Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I've got a massive window here.
Oh, okay.
At least it fits. Yeah. There are YouTubers, but they're doing way better than me.
I know.
They're doing way better than me.
How do you think I feel, mate? I've got a couple of people I follow as well, and they've been going... I'm 2 years now pushing content out, and admittedly it was crap to begin with, and it was literally my phone. Yeah, you got to learn to get better, Everyone thinks they've got to be the greatest straight away, but you don't get anywhere unless you make mistakes. And that's what I'm like doing my cars as well, But...
Yeah, like in the middle of a light feature battery stops, for example.
It just takes that one moment, mate, and that one person, but most of us give up. My numbers are pretty low considering I've done 2 years of hard work. You've done a lot more, but you look at other people and you go, they've got 20,000 subscribers already.
Yeah.
It messes with your head if you get into it too much, Yeah. The foibles of YouTube.
Viewers, mate. So they're the end consumer. They're right.
Yeah, true.
I've got a question because you were planning on getting into, not into bed, but you were planning on doing something with the Greys Online, were you not?
Yeah, I was, and they sort of, COVID hit that. That was with the Peugeot initially. Then COVID hit just as I was finishing the car, and I never got back to the guy I was dealing with. They did email me directly, their social media department. their social media guy got in touch with me on the Hilux. So he's actually reached out to me regarding the Hilux, but I've got to keep stoking the fire, and I don't get enough response back. So I'll wait till the car's closer and then I'll hit it again. But I'm thinking of doing the Hilux at Greys.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think it has a wider audience. I might reach out to them again.
Okay. And I have seen a few Greys Online videos recently because they've got some sweet cars.
Yeah, they're really pushing.
Like a mint.
Yep.
Right. They've got some great cars, man.
Yeah, man. And there's an RX-3 wagon for sale at the moment on Greys as well. It's American. It's a left hook. She's an American car. Currently at $9,000, and it's not even half of what they want. So they're talking 30K plus. But that's for an unrestored left-hand drive.
I mean, wait a second. It was a car that was around in Australia so often.
Yeah.
You want a left-hand drive version.
Well, to buy them here, they're $100,000.
Jeez.
An R100 is $125,000 now, Australian dollars.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm actually remembering the top HSV cars when I was back in Australia. So I lived in Australia 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But they were like $60,000, $80,000, $90,000 for a whole and what?
JDM has gone just bunter, it's off the charts. And for blokes, what I'm trying to do is build my funds as well, because I'm all self-supported. Like my cars pay for my channel, and I'm trying to build up so I can actually buy one and keep one. It'd be nice to have that.
Yeah.
But
for sure, you got to put it back in
Yeah, but as soon as I get enough maybe to do it and I get my hand out to reach for it, the prices go whoop and they jump. I came this close to buying an R100 5 years ago. The guy doubled the price overnight. He wanted $30,000 for it. It was a 12A with a turbo on it, so a 12A turbo motor in it in Sydney. It had been restored some years back. He had 30K on it. I was sort of going to offer him because I just sold my house, and the next morning, literally, he said, no, I want 60.
So could you use a bit of foresight and you can see that the cars that we grew up with...
Yes, I know where you're going with this.
So
yeah.
Hyundais?
Look, I've...
Or freaking Chinese car, I don't even know. I've been there for 20 years.
I've been right all the time, but I've never gone ahead and had the balls to go and actually do it. Like, I actually test drove 2 GTRs, R32s, about 5 years ago as well at $18,000. One was a pig, but you know, like in 5 years they're now 60 for a pig. I do look at cars like my current car that for my school is an i30N, so Hyundai i30N.
Oh, that's a stylish looking car.
Albert Biermann, who started the M series for BMW, he moved to Hyundai to develop the N series. It's 200 kilowatts, 0 to 100 in under 6 seconds, an electronic limited slip diff. But I reckon that is a car, especially first gen, in 10 years will be worth as much as they are now. The 86s, you've got to remember the current 86 model, or the BRZ, they've hit a trough and now they're going back up in price already, and they're only a decade, not even a decade. Yeah. It's
Damn, I thought the what do you call it? The Valley would come as the new ones were released.
No.
Have they? Aren't they?
Because they're popular, they got to an affordable price point, right?
Yeah.
So now they get. Yeah. Mate, do you know what an MX-5 is worth here, or an Miata, an NA Miata, currently in Brisbane? $13,000 to $15,000.
So tell us going forward. We've been chatting for a bit. Going forward, what are you doing this week? What videos are coming out? What's going on?
All right, so this week I do own a Saab. I got a Saab as well.
I'm not telling anyone.
That has carked itself at the moment. It's a custom built engine. It's a 500 horsepower motor. It's got a truck turbo on it, custom forged pistons, cams. It's been built.
A buddy did that, or you paid big bucks for that, premium for that?
He's a buddy now, but I became mates with him because he did the build. It owes me about $20,000, $25,000. That's why my number plate's absurd, because it's only worth $2,000.
Oh, okay.
It's done a starter motor and there's some turbo lines. I might do a video on getting that sort of back to roadworthy again, because it is registered, but it's sitting on...
How often do you drive it?
I try to drive it whenever I go to work that's not driving school. So now I'm back on the trades. I try and drive it to work for that. It runs on E85, so it's not standard fuel, it's E85.
What's E85?
V8 supercar fuel.
Damn, in Japan you've got regular or premium.
Yeah, well it's
regular or high octane.
This is 108 octane. It gives you better, you can increase your boost and your timing without damaging your engine, basically.
I was watching a Haltech video with Benny and Marty.
Yep.
And he was saying using E85?
Yeah, that's good.
You get an extra 47 kilowatts.
Yeah, you can get a lot more horsepower out of the same motor. Turbo.
10 kilowatts.
Yeah. NA not so much. NA not so much, but in turbo cars, yes.
So you got regular gigs, concreting and all that?
Yeah. So that's. Yeah, well, I've done that for two reasons. I'm sick of teaching people how to drive after a decade, 11 years. It's just very hard to do.
Still don't know, man. Jeez.
Well, it's mainly the abuse you cop from the road users, not the kids that you're teaching. The money with the trade is, I can't beat the money. 3 days work equates to a week. Yeah. So I'm hoping that'll give me time to work on the trucks and the cars. So video-wise, maybe the Saab, hole in the floor on the Hilux. I'm got to cross my fingers and give that a shot. And the windscreen, I've taken the rubber out, so there's now holes in the windscreen, around the windscreen. So it's just going to be maintenance stuff on that. It's teetering on the edge of getting over the hump with the Hilux, like the chassis done, the wheels are done. It's got all new shockies. The front knuckles have been rebuilt. Everything's been redone. Under the engine has been lovingly brought back to life.
You haven't cut any corners except with the angle grinder.
Yes, exactly.
No. So I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's documented how the lengths that you're going to.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? So it's like.
That's it. And everyone's saying I won't want to sell it. I'll be like, oh.
The back of it, aren't you?
Well, like the money, mate. I've got $10,000 wrapped up in it at the moment.
It'll go up in value, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's already probably worth to a collector who's in good condition, probably $20,000, realistically.
But, I mean, even from my memories from back in Australia, like Forerunners.
Yeah.
Or Hiluxes, they were popular.
Forerunners are a big.
For the big, of course.
Forerunners are going to be one of those cars that are going to explode, I reckon.
Anyone selling an AU Falcon?
They're popular at the moment and going through the roof. The guy that I've spoke to you about the other day on Motoring Box, I was mentioning, he did an AU Falcon as well. He's still driving it, and very popular on YouTube. Very popular in general.
Yeah, I love his logo.
Yeah, that's what you said the other day. He's done an AU Falcon, a lot of videos, and he's now got a BA Falcon as well, an XR6 Turbo. So that is becoming very popular. There's a lot of younger YouTubers doing AU Falcon videos.
I kind of dig uniquely styled cars.
Yeah.
Even though they're borderline not good looking. And when you see my project car, it's ugly as hell.
But it won't be.
It really is. Hey man, look, I think we're gonna pull the pin on this, but I can't thank you enough, man, for joining me. And everyone, I would suggest check out Flip My Ride on YouTube.
I try to make it interesting. I fix old things.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Fucking phone. All right, sorry, I'm swearing. That was a very long talk. I'm parched. I need a drink. Catch you next time. Flip My Ride. I'll try and edit something out of this. Love yous. Leave yous. Bye.